Adverbials Type 3. You may remember this scenario from a previous lesson. Because Jake had seen Emily's new haircut, she felt jealous. Remember that to reduce a clause starting with because, we must delete the subordinating conjunction and the subject. Then, change this verb into the ing form. When we start a reduced adverb clause with having and the past participle, this means because, and it means the action happened in the past. This makes sense because we just changed the original verb had to the ing form, like you may remember from previous lessons. In fact, we can use have and the past participle to reduce a clause that does not contain had in the original sentence. Let's see an example. Because Jake got a haircut, she felt more confident. Notice that the verb is in the simple past tense. Since this is because in the past, we are going to start the reduction with having and the past participle. The reduction is, having gotten a haircut, she felt more confident. Let's compare two sentences with different tenses. Because I want to be a better swimmer, I practice a lot. Because I wanted a different hairstyle, I got a haircut. In the first sentence, we have the simple present tense. In the second sentence, we have the simple past tense. Let's focus on the past tense sentence first. You know that we must delete because and the subject. And since it is in the past, we can start with having and the past participle. Now, let's look at our present tense sentence. Again, we must delete because and the subject. But since this action is not in the past, we cannot add having. So, we will just change the verb to the ing form. You can see the difference between a reduction with because in the present and a reduction with because in the past. Because Emily was unable to recognize Jake, she was surprised. Now you know that we can reduce this sentence like this. Having been unable to recognize Jake, Emily was surprised. When you have be in the past, it is possible just to reduce it to the ing form. Being unable to recognize Jake, Emily was surprised. In fact, when we start a reduced adverb clause with the be verb, it is possible to reduce it even more. We can delete the be verb and begin the sentence with the adjective. Unable to recognize Jake, Emily was surprised. This is just another style with the same meaning. Here's another reduction. Having drunk 3 cups of coffee before noon, I felt anxious. In this lesson, we've seen that this is the reduced form of because I had drunk 3 cups of coffee before noon, I felt anxious. This is the past perfect tense. Or it is also the reduction of because I drank 3 cups of coffee before noon, I felt anxious. This is the simple past tense. The reductions of these two clauses are the same. These 3 sentences all have the same meaning. Finally, let's look at one more way to start a clause with having and the past participle. You may remember from a previous lesson that we can reduce this clause. After the teacher started class, he assigned a new project. We can reduce it by deleting the subject and changing this verb to the ing form. After starting class, the teacher assigned a new project. This sentence has the same meaning as this sentence with the past perfect. After the teacher had started class, he assigned a new project. They are both about actions that happened in the past. When your clause begins with after and it is about the past, it is possible to reduce it in the same way that we reduced because. Change this verb to the ing form. Having started class, the teacher assigned a new project. Now you know if a sentence starts with because or after and is in the past, you can start the reduction with having and the past participle.